Welcome to this week's Dramatic Drama Weekend. Be prepared to feel extremely awkward in this review because it's on a really extremely awkward drama, personal taste. The awkwardness begins when two strangers meet on a bus and one accidentally grabs the other one's butt. Awkward. Then the awkwardness continues between the two strangers as they continue to meet up in different awkward situations, including the female awkward character, Gae-in, when she attends the wedding of her best friend, who turns out to be marrying Gae-in's boyfriend. Later on, Jinhoo, the awkward male lead in this drama, needs to take up residence in this mysterious house that happens to be owned by Gae-in. Neither one knew about either one's plans and it gets just really awkward. But the awkwardness doesn't reach an all-time high until Gae-in has reason to believe that Jinhoo, who is straight, is actually gay. Let's just relish in this awkwardness, shall we? Oh, just feel how it just creeps into your spine and makes you shiver. Yeah, the entire drama was this way. It was actually quite wonderful. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so let's move on to the side stories because I'm not going to talk about the rest of the plot. You'll just have to watch it to find out. I'm actually not going to talk a lot about the side stories in this review because basically I felt like the side stories were inconsequential and just boring. So let's just brush over this real fast, shall we? I was bored with Jinhoo's mom and the little girl that kind of followed him around that wanted to marry him. Nothing about that really intrigued me, including the story about his co-worker or his little peon that was in love with the girl that was following Jihoo around. Just not interested. And Jihoo's friend and Gae-in's friend, weird relationship based around the gayness. They were good. I kind of liked watching their relationship as he pretended to be gay and she thought he was gay. It was really funny to see him act that way. But after she found out that he wasn't gay, then I just kind of didn't want to watch it anymore. They lost all interest in me. Yeah. And in his stupid story that I don't even want to go into because she makes me so angry, from the beginning to the end I hated her. There was nothing about her character that I felt was endearing or human about her. I felt very much like she was just a manipulating robot. Didn't like her. And then the evil plotting father of Chungrul, the loser nice guy in this drama who happens to be Gae-in's ex-boyfriend, didn't really care all that much. I understood that he was plotting evil things, but I basically just zoomed right past all the scenes that he was plotting and still got all the information I needed. I didn't need those scenes. Sorry, writers, but... And to be completely honest, I actually had planned out exactly the right amount of time I would need to do this. Okay, he's evil plotting. It gives me approximately 2 minutes to run upstairs, grab a snack, run back down, in time to see something important happen. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, Gae-in gets a whopping 10 out of 5 on the doormat scale. I have never in my life met or watched a bigger doormat than Gae-in. Half of the storyline development was based around Jinhoo trying to make Gae-in less of a doormat, which, incidentally, she did not ever get over. She remained a doormat through the entire drama. Oh, she was so pitiful. I felt so bad for her, but at the same time, I wanted to smack her for being so stupid and letting people just walk all over her. In the end, when Jinhoo betrays her, she says this.
100번, 1000번 이용당한다고 해도 그냥 믿을래요.
On what planet does that make sense? Did you learn nothing from the betrayal episode that happened with your best friend and your boyfriend? They were nice to you to your face, but they betrayed you behind your back. Same thing happened with him, but you're still just gonna trust him? I feel like this was a stupid plot twist in the end of the story, made up by the writers. I felt like in the end, she should have said something like this.
100번, 1000번 이용당한다고 해도 그냥 믿을래요.
Or something like this.
100번, 1000번 이용당한다고 해도 그냥 믿을래요.
That would have made the ending so much better in my opinion. It would have made her character develop even more, make me feel more connected with her because that's more of a human response instead of this puppy dog. Well, I'm just gonna trust you anyway, even though you've abused me in the past. I get that they were kind of trying to show that she didn't need to change for anyone, that being herself was enough, and it worked out between them. But I don't agree with that. If anyone in this world needed to change or the way that she handles relationship, it was Gain. However, it seemed to work out for her because she got to keep Lee Min-ho. So, I'm not gonna say that she did anything wrong. I'm just gonna say that she really annoyed me. So, yeah. Well. It appears that we have a jerk-face character who has found a way to evade my system of rating someone's jerkiness. Based on Jinhoo's cutting remarks and then kind actions, I can't rate him on the jerk-face scale. He just completely evades it. I don't know how to rate him. So he won't be getting a rating in this review. Sorry? Besides his jerkiness and the inability to rate him on it, what I can say is that he was a perfect straight gay friend. Which sounds like a contradiction, but in this drama, it wasn't. He did everything that a typical straight gay friend is expected to do. Like group facials, watching a movie with popcorn, and even glories of glories going to the convenience store to help out your girlfriend when she needs lady things. He's basically the best straight gay friend ever, right? I also must give Jihoo an applause for giving personal taste the best kissing scenes I have ever seen in a drama ever. He brought a whole new meaning to the phrase game over.
게임 오버입니다.
어쩐지 사랑은 어려워 난 아직 서툴러 사실은 지금 더 슬픔과 더 진해 사랑은 먼 듯해 우린 서로 너무 달라서
Oh, schnitzel. Now you will never be able to play another video game again without giggling to yourself every time that phrase pops up right in front of you. You're welcome. Chungrul was not only just a loser nice guy, he was also a user with no mind of his own. So I give him the rating of pathetic user that nobody likes and everyone wished he would fly away to the moon so we wouldn't have to look at him and his pathetic life. I know I'm supposed to feel bad for him because he was in turn used by Inhee and then rejected by his father and everyone else just expected him to do things or blah 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 blah. I really don't care. I cannot feel bad for this character no matter how hard I try. Which, okay, I never really did try. Every time I tried to think about, why he was doing things, I just wanted to kick him. I didn't care. In history, he is the one loser nice guy that I would not mind if he had died in the end. In fact, I would have helped the writers write that scene. I have lots of good ideas on how he could have died. Most of them include a swimming pool, gelatin, and lots of lemons. Though I didn't hate him the entire way through, I just started to kind of dislike him and then the hate progressed through the rest of the drama. Each stage I can identify when the hate grew. First off, I didn't like him when he broke up with her and decided to marry her best friend. Didn't like him. But then the hate started when he decided he was going to come back to Gaein and start dating her again. All because his marriage fell through. Well, isn't that great? Don't I feel happy for you that you found true love through this mistake? But it wasn't true hate until he said this.
충분히 그럴 수 있어.
Oh, really, Chungrul? Why don't you do the world a favor and run away to a deserted island where you can't date anyone because you really suck at it and you ruin people's lives? So, that'd be great. Even though this drama was super awkward from parties to showering to everyday life, I absolutely loved it. I felt like the awkwardness made it more human, made it more real, therefore connected me more with the characters and made me fall in love with them even more in the end. This drama also happens to have the best proposal scene in history. It made me want to find a gay straight friend. That way he'll end up being the best boyfriend in the end. They have to be both straight and gay for this to work. That's at least what I learned from this drama. But there was one nice scene in this drama that I wish actually happened and wasn't an imagination scene. It made me so angry. I remember watching it going, yeah, you go boy. Yeah, you take that woman. Yeah, you show who's boss. Oh, it's an imagination scene. Okay, that makes that really awkward and sad. I wish they would have made that actually happen. It would have made me feel happy. It would have made the audience feel happy. It would have made the characters feel happy. Everybody would have been happy. It would have been a circle of happiness. I think it should have happened. I also learned from this drama that there is this strange illness going around South Korea called the 24-hour plague, where the patient one day is a breath away from death, but then the next day is perfectly well and able to run a marathon. Gumjanggi had it in Voice Over Flowers. Gominam had it in You're Beautiful. And in Rooftop Prince, they even come straight out and say that Boo-young has the plague and come back to see her tomorrow because she'll probably be better. This was a cover-up to hide Hwang-young from being discovered, but based on the rest of the dramas I've watched so far, she probably did have the plague and would have been perfectly fine the next day to pour tea. Besides all that, this drama was so cute, sweet, funny, awkward, and just perfect. It was well worth my investment and even exceeded my expectations in some respects. I definitely 100% recommend this drama. Thank you for allowing me to make your weekend even more dramatic than it already was. If you would like to see me react to one of your favorite dramas, go to our website NamasteDwaejiKim.blogspot.com, click on Mindy the Prima Donna, and there is a voting list up to the right that you can vote for the next drama that I review. And I just went into an accent. I don't know. I think I made it up. I don't think it's a real accent.